Hey everyone out there in internet land. This is going to be my first of probably many videos on radar things that I see, abnormalities if you will. I'm not an expert in reading radar. I just go off of a lot of other fellow users such as War on Error and Dutch Sense and things like that. So I'm also not great at pegging where the center of these rings are, so if you're somebody who's better at that, then maybe you could help me out with that. So initially what I'm seeing here is one ring, and then this might even look like it forms into a slight ring as well. But this one definitely is prominent, as well as if we look down here, another one will form as well, right in here. And then I see this is actually an extension of this one. So if somebody could find the center of that, it's probably somewhere in here. And then here is another one that I see actually popping up right here. I wonder if you can see how big that is. Here's the rest of it. I can't really see a line through here, but I can definitely see that it extends out to here. Then I'm not sure if this is just kind of regular signal, how storms usually look, but I'm seeing a lot of, it looks like an array of radar lines, but again, I'm not really sure what that means. I'm not too clear on how the next red stations and things like that work. That could very well just be how they read them. But I'm also seeing what looks like a straight edge that forms in here as well. The storms seem to have a very distinct space right between them. So I'm not sure if that's how they just form, if that naturally happens. Right here, there's a pretty clear line right through the middle. I don't think that I've ever really seen that before. I actually thought that that was part of the underlayer of the county, or the, I'm not sure what they are in Canada, but these lines right here. But look at this line right here. It's a pretty pronounced line. It looks like it's a separation almost. I don't really see that in any of the other storms. I don't really know what that means. Here's another ring that I'm seeing down here. Yep, I'm seeing actually a couple of different rings form right here. Right in here, and it looks like maybe a second one underneath. Let's see. Okay, so here's one. Here's one, and then here is what looks like a second one right above it. That kind of spiral type effect where there's multiple rings. Here's another area that looks like it's got some sort of massive radar spike. Look at the way the storm is. Look at the way the storm is formed. This all just pokes up. That could also be the lake effect because it is over the Great Lakes. So that is what I see in the upper Midwest. Let's go ahead and look at what kind of weather they're actually getting right now. Okay, so no tornadoes, which is a really good thing. A tornado would be a red triangle. This is actually severe hail or damaging winds. And then blue would be hail, and green is a strong storm cell. From what I've seen with the green ones, this is just kind of a normal, what we would consider a normal storm. But however, lately this summer, they have been forming into something much worse very quickly. So these are something to take note of because they can develop into something much worse even if they are just at kind of normal severity right now. So that, again, is what I see in the upper Midwest. Real quickly, this is kind of the same area that I was just looking at with the upper Midwest, and what I'm seeing again is a couple actually. They're coming up very, very clearly, even on here on Wonder Map. So here's one, and one will pop up down here as well. And actually, this, wow, this is the radar that I was seeing. Wow, there's another one too. this is what I was seeing on IntelliCast. This is what I thought might be the lake effect, but looking at Wonder Map, it sure doesn't look like that would be the lake effect. And I thought I saw one pop up under here. Oh, maybe it was just these storms moving through, actually. And here's another one of the rings we saw, and actually there is what looks like one too. This one's having a lot of edges and a lot of radar, what look like to be radar signatures. Here is a radar of the NextRad sites. This is the same area that I was seeing that sort of what I thought was a lake effect. But as we look closer, we can see really, really clear, pronounced radar lines. One thing that I am also seeing right now, I'm not sure if it's relevant, if this happens, if it normally just looks like this, but here we're going to see radar, sorry. And it kind of looks like they're aiming in this general direction. Well, if you look at the cloud cover, what's happening here right now, so if we're aiming here, and where's that other one coming out of? Jacksonville. So further up here. If we're aiming downward, we're aiming directly at this tropical storm down here. I think it's Brett, this one right now. I can't remember, but so I thought that was kind of interesting. As they're shooting at the storm, it starts to move this way. I don't know if that's how it's always been moving, but open for your interpretation. So yeah, here's where the storm is, and if we put it, that would make it about here. So both of the radars seem to be kind of directed at that exact spot. So yeah, take it for what it is and look into it yourself. Here's one more quick thing that I wanted to add to the end of this video. This is a cloud that was sent to me by a fellow follower of Dutch Sense, and she saw this and it was filled with lightning, but there was no rain anywhere and there was no radar in the area. So it looks like it goes pretty much from the lower level of the sky down to the ground, which probably is not to the actual ground. She said that when it went over her house, it didn't seem to do much, except, like I said, there was lightning everywhere. I actually also live on the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin, in Wisconsin, and this same day I saw very, very, very thick clouds that looked just like this all across the area. They didn't go down like this one, but they were very thick and moving this way, and they were also filled with lightning, and we didn't have any radar signatures either in our area. So if you're someone who knows what kind of cloud this is, if this is something that happens a lot or maybe even once in a while, but it's something that people who study weather know about, then you could let me know, because I'm really curious, because like I said, this came up with no condensation and it looked like there was very, very light cloud cover over our area at the time when I looked at it, but definitely no radar of precipitation or anything like that.